Everybody, this is the trend scan, the annual trend scan of the futures market. We're in the beginning of January of 2025. So let's have a look now at these higher time frame charts, quarterly and monthly charts, starting with the US equities. So the YM, the Dow Jones, well, that's a very bullish chart, right? I mean, we see how price is bouncing off not only the 21, but bouncing off as well the 8. This is a very strong EMA trend, and the moving averages are fanning out. The space becomes wider. That means that this is an accelerating trend. And we call this a vertical market, right? We're expecting this to accelerate towards the upside, getting steeper and steeper, more and more momentum. It's a bit difficult to look at this chart. It's much easier on the monthly level. Well, we see a consolidation here and we see a test bar. Well, that was a corona pandemic low, right, in March 2020. That gave us an entry signal. Now, this consolidation that started with the beginning of the Ukraine war in February 2020. And we said back then, well, it should be over once price rebroke the green line, and it should be over, or it retested the line. And that was quite early on, right? It was back in October, like half a year after the start of the war. And now, well, we're seeing new highs. This was an important high, and we're continuing to move higher. Well, let's have a look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq looks even more vertical, so it's leading the crowd. Let's bring it in here, the Nasdaq. So this is how a vertical market looks like, right? And we've basically not seen a strong consolidation, only one or two bar pullbacks. Well, looking back since 2010, which is the end of the great financial crisis, 2008. This is the major consolidation, right? This was initiated by the Ukraine war. So if this is a consolidation, well, this becomes our momentum move, and we should see a measured move, a duplication of that, and that should bring us, this should bring us around 40,000. So in no way at the end of this US equities bull. Well, it doesn't mean that we don't get consolidations. We will get consolidations, and probably only one or two bar consolidations back to the 8 moving average. So that looks that looks very bullish. Indeed. Let's have a look now at the metals. Let's have a look at gold. Gold had a fantastic run, and we were actually anticipating that, right? Why? Well, because we had the patterns. This was an S2 pattern back in July, I think it was 2019, and then the charts were clustered with other patterns, S1 in different time frames, and we broke to a new high. So this was the all-time high back in 2011. We broke to a new high. This is a stop run move, a big bullish quarterly bar, a stop run move. What comes after that? Well, we don't know. We could get a consolidation on a high level. We could see a pullback coming back to the 21, or it could just continue higher. What is our blueprint? Well, it's this momentum move here, right? This is a consolidation, and this is a momentum move. And if you look at it, well, we see as well one or two bar consolidations. Well, price is coming back to the 8 generally, and here we had a quick spike down to the 21 during the great financial crisis, right? So we're basically looking for similar things. So how do we know now, is it going to consolidate or not? Well, we need to drill down and look at the lower time frame, and this is the daily chart. And on the daily chart, these red bars, right, it's a long stretch consolidation on the daily, where we see this is an S1 pattern. We've got a few stop run levels. Is this going to be successful? Well, we need to see, right? If this first stop run level falls, well, I bet we're going to see new all-time highs. If this is going to fail, this pattern, if it fails, well, then we probably see a deeper pullback. So the patterns tell the story, and the market actually will tell us what it is going to do, and we can anticipate that with looking at the patterns. Now, silver is lagging. It has not made new highs, or it's far from making new highs. The new high is up here, right, above the 55 level. Well, we've made a first move. It's again clustered with patterns. We've made another move. It could not clearly break above the consolidation high. So there's a lot of potential for silver, but not only silver, as well for palladium. For platinum. Let's have a quick look at the platinum chart. Well, platinum has not moved at all, right? We're still, that's an S1 pattern. We're still here at the base level. This was the test bar. So as we develop momentum here in this commodity super cycle that should last for another couple of years. I mean, all those symbols, including platinum, they should develop a lot of momentum of that sort. So gold was the first mover, and silver should come up next, and basically all of those should get into a very strong bull as we gain momentum over the next years. Now let's have a look at the energies. Let's have a look at crude. Crude has moved early on after the Corona spike bar low in March 2020. Well, it has put in a big move, right? It came back to the 100 level. Well, it hit a lot of overhead resistance, price resistance, and the 200 moving average. So now it's in refreshing mode, which is healthy, right? And it might take a little bit more time, but without doubt, as the commodity super cycle unfolds, we actually should see new highs in crude as well. Back then, I remember all the talk was about peak oil, right? Back then, the spot price was at $220 per barrel. Peak oil, like all the oil fields are getting empty, no new fields. That was back then, and you can see what can happen. I mean, don't trust the news. Look at the charts, right? To get an idea what the charts can do, well, let's have a look at gasoline, the RB chart. Gasoline, just follow the patterns, right? This is an S1 pattern, and back here, RB was at 50 cents, and it came up to $2.50. Well, that's a six-folding in price, right? When we're talking about futures, I mean, these are huge increases, and we're basically trading those, right, with looking for patterns in lower time frames. So this is just the start. We should see much higher prices. Same for natural gas. Natural gas is lagging. Basically, it's the lagger of all, because we are not seeing yet signs of bullishness. This is going down, down, down. Well, we had some very strong counter trend rallies, right? We probably need to see another strong sell-off, like a sell-off bar of that sort, in order to find the bottom. And then, well, natural gas will eventually move into bullish mode as well. Now let's have a look at the interest rate futures, the ZN contract. That's a 10-year UST note, ZN. So if it goes up, means yields are going down. And since the let's see, since the start of the Ukraine war, well, we will see a drop in prices, so yields are increasing, and that looks very bearish. I mean, we have price has made its way through this level, resistance level, and this is free fall territory down to the 200. We could actually see another momentum move of that sort. So if this is a consolidation, it's still a bit small, but we could see a spike towards and beyond the 200. So there might be some other geopolitical event. This was the war, right? Something else could happen that actually leads to an increase in yields, and that looks bearish. I mean, we see here how the bears were working their way to the other side of the 200, and now it's in consolidation mode. So should we break this level lower, well, we could gain momentum. Now finally, let's have a look at the DX. That's the US dollar index, and it basically tells us if it goes up, that means that the dollar is getting stronger. Well, we have an S1 pattern here that did not do what it should. This was the start of the move. This is the short S1 pattern. We actually see instead bullishness. This spike high was the midterm elections in the US. The smaller spike was a coronavirus spike, and there's a lot of bullishness, right? I mean, really, we can see how price is getting pushed higher, and we should see more of that coming. Whenever a pattern fails, the target becomes the start of the momentum move, and that is up here. So this becomes our target, 125, and there's quite some room to go. So this is it for the coming year. Interesting times. and we should see, as the commodity super cycle unfolds, we should see more and more um, momentum to develop. And well, bullish charts, trendy charts, well, that's a trader's dream.